It's possible that the way you're pricing your services for your taxes, your bookkeeping, your accounting may be silently draining at least $50,000 in potential revenue from your firm every single year. This is Loren Fogelman with Business Success Solution, and I know that that sounds extreme, but it's something I see happen all the time. There's already money in your business. You're just not aware of it or know how to capture it. And what I want to look at is pricing psychology today. And when you're really tuned into how this works, then it has the ability to turn your business into a really thriving firm that engages quality clients and also creates predictable revenue. And part of this is about if you're still charging by the hour, because charging for your time, whether it's a fixed fee or an hourly rate, isn't really to your best advantage. And if you're not charging for your time any longer and you're offering packages, well, if you just offer one package option, then it actually makes it difficult for clients to say yes or no to you. And this is part of what I see happening when firms tend to use the traditional pricing model. The very first thing is somehow you are connecting your fees to time, whether it's an hourly rate or you're calculating how much time you think something will take and then coming up with a fixed fee. And when you calculate, especially for time, clients might question and they will push back. So that's the very first thing. The second thing is you are offering maybe a list of services that will be consistent and done monthly, but you are really just offering a single package and it's kind of like one size fits all. So this means that if you offer one package option and they don't love it, they're going to possibly move on to another option. And then the third thing is that you might be negotiating your rates to win a new client. And what happens with this is you have a client that pushes back, they question your fees. You don't want to get into a difficult conversation. It feels confrontational for you. So you discount your services because you don't want to lose a potential new client. So those are three pricing mistakes that I see happening is continuing to charge by the hour. Yeah, maybe you package your services, but you're only offering clients one option and you actually discount or negotiate your rates to be able to sign on a new client. And each and every one of these is costing you so much more than you actually realize. So this isn't just something that I'm making up in thin air. It's based on research. And the research I'm referring to was done by Columbia University. They studied what happens when you give people choices, specifically three options based on what's included and the price. And they have found that over 60% of people will choose the middle option. So once again, Columbia University did this research, and they found that when you give people three options of how to work with you, 60% of people go for the middle option. And that is because decision-making is not as logical as we would like to think we are. Even if you're a really logical person, it's still psychological when you're making the decision and then you justify it with logic. That is true for the majority of us. And once again, when you just give people one option, it's either yes, let's move forward, or no, I'm moving on. So we want to go ahead and change from do I want to work with you to how do I want to work with you? And that's what happens when you give people three options. And part of why this is important is because the way that we make decisions as adults is we compare, we evaluate, and then we look for the middle ground. This is exactly why QuickBooks, Xero, Sage structure their pricing this way. Go to their websites. You will see on the pricing page that they have three options. And they know that it works. It's based on tons and tons of research beyond Columbia University. And also, it's why more and more accounting firms are moving in this direction also. So I want to talk to you about Tiffany. She has a bookkeeping firm. She was stuck at $125 an hour, which isn't bad for a bookkeeping firm, but she couldn't really go much higher. And when she did give clients her rates, they questioned them. They wanted to get discounts, and they also hesitated before moving forward with her because she wasn't the lowest price option out there. So we went ahead and we worked closely together to revamp her pricing model. And we came up with the 3 package options. For her, it was Essentials, Growth, and Premium. That's what she went ahead and named them. And the Essentials was basically the compliance side, and it went ahead and was priced at about $450 a month. And also by doing this, they got entry-level support, but it filtered out some of those price-sensitive people. The Growth, which is the second option, was actually her most popular choice. This was priced at $750 a month. And it included not just the monthly bookkeeping, but some advisory options as well to be able to get that additional support, some meetings. It helped clients make more proactive business decisions. And it was positioned as the smart choice. And then the third one was the premium package. It started at $12.50 a month. It offered CFO level advisory services. It also included more in-depth strategy. And this is something that appealed to her premium clients that had much more going on and complexity in their financials. But it was something that a specific type of business owner saw the value and wanted to opt into. By doing this, the average value of her clients increased at least by 28%. And that's only if they went with the minimum package and there weren't any additional things maybe built into it. But they increased by about 28% on average without any additional time spent working. And the other thing is that she was no longer debating with people about the price of her services or how long something would take. The majority of her clients naturally gravitated towards that middle package because it felt like the most balanced, logical choice. So think about how this would apply to your firm owner, your firm as well, because you can do this and it will make a difference. The other part that a lot of firms get wrong is that they really give their packages kind of like boring, generic names. And we want to be able to get away from calling it basic bookkeeping, standard accounting, and premium services. We want to get away from that. We want to have names that are actually more outcome driven, that your potential clients can relate to. They can look at the name and say, wow, that is me, or that's what I want to aspire to eventually be at, even though I can just afford this other one right now. So think about names like Financial Foundation, and look at a Profit Accelerator as the middle one. And maybe the third one is Strategic Transformation. And that is something to think about because it sets a certain expectation in the mind of potential clients when you're able to give these outcome-driven names to your packages. So if someone then says, what's your hourly rate, right off the beginning, and you will have people that do that because you probably already have that already, you want to be able to answer, but you don't want to get stuck in a pricing battle as to how come you charge that much. Instead, you want to have a simple response. And when someone asks you, why do you charge that much? What's your hourly rate? You want to say, great question. I actually don't charge hourly. Instead, I offer packages designed to optimize your financials. Let's explore what would work best for your business. So once again, they want to know what your hourly rate is. You want to acknowledge, great question. You want to inform them, I don't charge hourly. Instead, I offer packages designed to optimize your financials. Let's explore what would work best for your business. That's all you need is those 3 simple sentences. And by doing this, it positions you as an expert, not a commodity. That is so important. We want people to see the value that you bring to the table, why they ought to opt with you, because they see it as a good investment. So Your next step is to figure out where that $50,000 a year pricing mistake is happening in your firm. And here's the bottom line. We don't need to leave $50,000 a year or even more in revenues on the table every single year. And when this happens, it's because it starts to undervalue your expertise. You don't want to, that's because you're also charging hourly instead of strategically, and you're failing to offer 3 options. You're just offering a single one, and it's take it or leave it. So if you feel like you're ready to stop underpricing and finally take control of your revenues, engaging a higher quality client without working additional hours, then let's go ahead and connect. I offer a path to profit strategy session, and during our time together, we'll analyze your current pricing model. We'll go ahead and identify some hidden revenue opportunities and how to earn more without working additional hours. If that interests you, go to businesssuccesssolution.com/let's talk to get the conversation going and to realize this isn't just about making more money. Yes, that is important, but it's also about positioning your firm as a strategic partner, not just another service provider. So let's talk about how to transform your accounting firm. This is Loren Fogelman with Business Success Solution, showing firm owners how to double their revenue, working half the time.